metric game, the operation fluid. We originators. They just clones in this game. Got the whole city fooled because they can't endure the pain. Turned out, we making profit off them clones. But you can't replicate what's deep inside the bone. We Jookin legends, man. You know what we about, you stay front. Alright, what's up, guys? You just turned out. This is not an episode of the Jukebox. What we're doing right now, I'm going to be delivering you an update on what's happening at DXP901.com. Okay, so we got a lot about to go on at DXP901.com. So I want to, give you an introduction. It's not a solidified update with, everything and subscriptions and all of that kind of stuff. It's just letting you know what's about to happen, because if you were looking at the website and everything, you're probably wondering like, whoa, I've never seen anything like this, right? Okay, so I have to give you a brief history about how all of these, I'll try to be brief. It's a history of how it all went down. So, in 2009, I wrote the Jook book. I wrote the Jook book with the intent to make a terminological, dictionary or encyclopedia for the moves that we do and explain how they correlate with popping and how they correlate with ballet. Okay, so it does well in 2011. It makes it to like 40 countries in 2011. It does well. It was in a less technological age, so it's going to do well. Nobody's ever seen anything like it, right? Back then in 2009 to 2011. Okay, so in came 2015, and I saw that it needed to be updated, or I needed to start another process. So I create chapter 1. Right, I create chapter 1, second edition, giving you a look at the bounce notes and how it works from the mind of like a mobile game, and just showing you how 8 counts in double octo half counts work with Jookers. So from there, I wanted to further that plan, and I wanted to create, a new upper body chapter, like a book for. It's hard for me to talk about this because I don't want to disrespect poppers. I love poppers and I love animators. They specialize in upper body movement, but the thing about it is their specialty. It's our complete weakness when it comes to creativity, because our lower body controls most of the creativity in our brain while we're dancing. We're firing off from the 1, so we don't have time to wait on the 2. So I wanted to create an upper body system that helped, Jookers or Jookin dominant dancers, ones that want it to be. It's not a cult. I don't make nothing. Whatever you are when you come in, that's what you will leave as, but you will have a lot of knowledge about how your body moves when you leave. So, with that being said, I wanted Jookers to have upper body motion that is consistent and, like flowing in knowledge in their brain. I needed them to see a system, right? How it all works and things like that. You see, I needed them to be able to read it and understand it and be able to adjust it so that your mind retains it, with the intent to be creative and be original. See, a lot of the problems that all dancers have, or all creators have, is that they lack knowledge. If you lack knowledge, or you lack the path to knowledge, it's going to keep you from thinking of things. I want to eliminate this so children can be better than us. I said that in the last video, right? So that's what I need, right? I need them to be able to understand. I think I have this need for wanting people to understand, maybe, right? Maybe it's a mental health issue. I don't know. But with that, I am able to increase the knowledge of others through my efforts and through this perfectionist thing that I have, to help you see exactly what you're doing instead of what could be happening first. See, you need to see what could be happening, right? After you know what can happen. And a lot of times, teachers, they choreograph things or they do things in a certain way where they do not lead the thinker that they're talking to actually progress in their thoughts. This is what I would like to do with Jookin. I would like for you to be able to be locked in a room for as long as you want to be. And when you come out, you will have no problem having not danced with anyone because you will have Jookin Metrics to complete all of your thinking process with formats right in front of you to help you to see whatever you need to see whenever you need to see it. So that's what happened from 2015 to today. You know, I did all the documentaries and what I lacked an ability to see how to put what I wrote. Jookin Metrics is in the first edition of the Jook way back on a Word document. I have proof of that, and that's cool. But it was not a revised process. It was not a complete process. So now it's complete, and it's oh so complete. And I'm going to introduce that to you guys this Christmas. But if you want to get an introduction to it early, I mean, if you want to start now and start learning what Jookin Metrics is, I'm delivering these courses to my subscribers and to my bookies every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. We're learning Jookin Metrics. So let me break it down for you. There are 4 different systems that will be available to you at Christmas. That will be regularly updated. There's a roadmap. You will have access to their roadmap. Once you're a subscriber, you can see everything that's coming to you up to the first quarter of 2026. So 4 different systems of gears. So gears are general elements and gravitational elements of artistic rhythms. Now, you can also look at this as an applied rhythmic system, right? So you can look at it as the general elements of an applied rhythmic system. However you want to look at it, those gears are going to be turning, buddy. So what's happening here is there are system modules so that I can individually teach you how to do certain things on beat, right? In formulas. So it starts with the upper body, and the upper body has subsets, and it has formula systems where I'll be able to individually teach you how everything goes, and boom, and boom, and boom, and boom, 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 boom. I can teach you all of that, and you can switch it up after I teach you. You can make it whatever you want to make it. It's really fun, worksheets and stuff. All right, so from there, you learn about shoulders, and you learn, headlocks and neck rolls and shoulders in gears 1, and you learn about body swivels, and you have the wings spectral diagram and the wings angular diagram. It's a fully blown system. Like, there's no longer like, I wonder what this means. Oh, nobody. It's to the level of, dare I say, like rocket science. I'm saying, like, it's the easiest rocket science you're ever going to come in contact with. Once you learn this system, you're going to be a foreigner to other dancers, but you will have, it's going to be so easy to you. It's like, oh man, you're going to be looking at their moves and like wondering why they're not thinking about what you're thinking about. So moving on. So from wings, from gears 1, I'll take you to gears 2. Gears 2 teaches you the ability to juke in place. See, I believe, my opinion, 95% of jukers don't know how to juke in place. They don't really know how to do it, because if you and I'm one of those people that will say that I'm a 75, 85%er, because it requires a an extraordinary level of balance to be a 100 percenter in this category. This is not, there are people that are 100% in certain areas of this category. But the zero stance, as it's called, is maybe the most difficult of all gear systems, because you don't even understand that there are different levels of your footwork and different spectrums and realms of footwork. See, nobody can know this but the Jookers. Nobody moves at a speed like us. Nobody incorporates sliding, gliding, Pac-Man, steps, like real gliding elements, toe styles, the footnotes, the way that we actually do the movement on the beats that we do it on, next to none, man. Because we have it figured out culturally. I don't have to tell my counterparts. My counterparts are experts at Jookin Metrics. They just don't have the creative element of it because they don't know how to use it. But their movement, oh man, I'm the greatest analyst in the world at this point. Because I know about these Jookin metrics, and I can simply tell what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are based on what you're doing, how frequently you do it, when you do it, how good you're doing it, what is the quality of your overall style, and the strengths and elements that you use. You see, there are archetypes. Everybody don't do the same thing. That's why it's bucking, jooking, chopping. Everybody don't do the same thing. Everybody got different ways of how they do each one of those. So that means that each archetypical style has a different potential path. And you can, and it's really in your brain, which I cannot be in. Nobody can. It's all about what you choose to want to do. So over the next year or two, DXP901.com will be delivering those, that the Jook 2.0 in full fashion. So moving on to Gears 3. Gears 3 is going to teach you how to step out of zero stance and into what is called the radial cycle. So stepping into the radial cycle means that you're about to start doing all of those combinations with your feet where people can see you begin to slide and glide and pull and push, right? So all of these things will come with, the entire system comes with video tutorials. You won't get a lot of text. You're going to be getting a lot of video tutorials. And you'll receive the text documents there, and, you'll be able to download worksheets that will allow you to, play with these formulas in the particular video that you watch. So it's very, imperative that if you become a part of this, you kind of become committed to understanding all three of those systems, right? Gears 1, 2, and 3. Because Gears 4 is going to teach you how to put all of those particular formulas into real choreographed 8 counts where you can see what you did and then do it count for count. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to appeal to freestyle dancers and I want to appeal to choreographers. Nobody else can do what I have done. Once you see it, okay, now you can copy it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have plenty of copycats once they see what's popping. But you will never have access to all of it at once. So, you cannot copy the originator, so don't even try, man. Just learn this, because in 1,000 years, either this version or some copycat that won over me, that will try to win over me and win because of whatever they win because of, they will steal it, though. Nobody's ever thought of this for street dance. I don't know if they thought of it for dance overall. I don't know what these people do behind doors. But they don't know how to teach it to you like I do. And that's why I'm the genius around here. Not them, not the corporate America or whoever making patents for whatever they trying to do so they can keep people like me and people like us from being successful. It don't matter. Because I'm going to use it to teach you how to be successful. Like, as successful as I can be. I'm going to show you how to do it piece by piece. So we all gonna share the success of nobody being able to do what we know how to do. And now we know how to go and teach somebody how to be more creative with it than they ever been before or anybody ever been with it. Because they'll be able to look at what has been written or typed and think it out, think it through. When you can think it through like that, you can create other alternatives. If you can create other alternatives, now you're that superstar that you want to be. You're just like, the little books of the world, the me's of the world, because now your creativity, it will auto advance because you have knowledge that you can apply on rhythm. I want you to have it. I don't care nothing about what people say, man, the biters and da-da-da-da-da. Jookin worldwide, we've been around so long. I want people that use this style to use it correctly. It's not even about using my system. It's about if you gonna teach it, do not teach what I wrote wrong. I wrote all that you teaching. You need to understand that right now. So when you out there teaching, wherever you at in the world, whatever country you from, just know, if you never came to my classes, I don't care who taught you how to juke. If you never came to my classes, you better remember I wrote that book that whoever taught you is coming out of. And it ain't about them, because I'm trying to help them too, the one that's teaching you. You need to understand that I wrote it. So I'm the leader, I'm the guide. I'm going to take it, navigate, because nobody knows what it means but me. So please listen, and it is 100% hashed out. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a full-blown 10,000 plus hour genius. It's all hashed out. Now, let's move on. We've talked about Jookin Metrics for 15, 16 minutes? We've talked about that. So now, let's talk about what I'm doing with Jookin Metrics, because that's what you're going to love right there. That's going to be like, oh my God, what is this? So, the Jookin Metrics formula system is so powerful that I'm able to repurpose it for storytelling. I'm able to repurpose it for writing my songs that I want to be. I no longer need people. Shout out to K-Dub, my producer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm a one-man machine. So it's like I don't need people to create nothing. I've been writing since I was a kid. I've been doing Photoshop since I was a kid. I've been editing since I was a kid, video producing since I was 15. I'm the creator of Jookin tapes in terms of sequels and series. I have created over 20 Jookin tapes that flooded this city. So I'm the dude. I'm 50 Cent and all that. And that's me. Yeah. Everybody had their tapes or whatever. And we got some Bobo Out the Frame, Jock Quincy tape, Tootie, the Dodgers Chicken 3000 joint. All them joints hard. But ain't nobody topping me in sales. Ain't nobody topping me in quantity. So understand, man. I ain't trying to be arrogant or nothing. I'm trying to tell you that I have the experience. I'm trying to prove to you. Not because you called me to go to what you think you know. I'm telling you what I know I know. I did all this work for the culture to be legacy legendary. I did most of the work, man. That's why they call me to go. I did most of the work that is followed by more work. I put on for this here city and for the culture. So I stand on it, firm, stamped, whatever. I don't need no rapper. I don't need no politician. I don't need now one of my peers to tell me. And I'm going to prove it to you through my work. Now, the Jook verse. Jookin Wars 2186. Shout out to my boy, G-Nerd, my guy, my bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he been putting on for years and years with Jookin Wars. I'm so proud of him. I created the name Jookin Wars so we could have a battle tape and we could have a memorable experience with Jookin from that point on. So, Tarek Moore is the one who he set everything up so Jookin Wars can exist today. So shout out to bro. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no disrespect. Shout out to bro, because from that end, mine, you know what I'm saying, that's helping everybody right now to see these sold, right? So Jookin Wars is continuing to just be an organic experience. And you know what I'm saying, my little brother that mine he amazing. You know what I'm saying? He bumping out the frame and he's a great entrepreneur. So let's clap it up for G-Nerd and my storytelling. So I'm gonna continue my Jookin Wars version now. We did the Broken Alliance with me and him battling. I make great tapes. You know what I'm saying? You will enjoy it if you go watch that. That's available on, well, it used to be available at DXPEN I don't know when I'm going to release it again. I don't know where it's at, if it's available. But I'm continuing, and I'm continuing in a fantasy. So I'm creating a fantasy that can teach you how to dance, but also deliver an amazing story. An amazing story that is comparable to Dragon Ball Z in terms of an epic saga, but also comparable to, us growing up in my generation as a kid watching urban black films. So you're going to get like very extended story arcs, but it's going to explain very complex and detailed stories about characters and their journeys through Planet 901 right now. There are 12 planets. So, I'm not even this project will outlive me. That's how much fun we gonna have. It's gonna outlive me. There's no way I can do this by myself. I mean, like, I'm the next Marvel if I do this by myself, what I done created, right? So, it's gonna outlive me. And we gonna have a lot of fun, like just putting it together, and you gonna see how I can teach you how to juke. And also deliver great audiobooks and novels to you that you will thoroughly enjoy. And maybe one day, we'll hit that bag and be able to turn them into cartoons, man. Who knows? But I'm very passionate about what I do, and you're going to see that you've never seen me like this. All right, so let's move on. There will be, before I move, there will be several story arcs in the Jookverse. There are several landmarks. It has its own economy. It has its own stock exchange. It has its own vehicles. It has its own like vacation zones. It has its own oceanic experience. Nations are continents, and the nations pretty much represent each one of the styles of juking, and juking, bucking, chopping, and icing, and they will rival on Planet 901 as a whole entire Jookverse forms around them over time, and new planets form, aiming at them, aiming to overtake the throne of Jookin Metrics, Memphis, Planet 901. There's an entire history that starts from the beginning all the way up to this great battle that we will never probably see. But so many amazing stories on the way, guys, that tells you a lot about how we are as a culture in terms of our each one teach one methodology, our cliques and gangs, or whatever you want to call it, units within the culture. Cults, if you whatever you want to call it. I ain't gonna stop you. But everything, the shoe companies, the clothing companies, the accessories, the music wear, the dance wear, whatever you can name, it has already been created and placed into this story. And there will be so many stories, and there are groups that are going to be available on the website where you can go and read all about the Jookverse, and read about the things that will be implemented into the story. I mean, I have an entire encyclopedia coming at you. I'm not Marvel Comics or anything, but I'm pretty good at writing, buddy. I'm a pretty good writer. And, as my art, increases, as my art collection increases, and I'm able to deliver this story to you in a picture perfect form, I will. And but you will enjoy it. We have audiobooks and ebooks and things like that coming. So, moving on. I know y'all waiting on it. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it before we get out of here. All right. So, the rap, right? All right, so DP rapping now. He gonna be delivering some rhymes to you, but I've created my own version of Memphis rap that doesn't exist because Jookin Metrics doesn't exist, and nobody knows how to do it but me. So, while we take this journey together with Jookin Metrics, you guys are going to also be able, just like the stories, you're going to be able to listen to the raps and actually play out the lyrics in the songs as dance moves, formulas, and things that relate to the formulas of the gear systems. It's really incredible. And I can rap. Yeah, I can do it. All right, so y'all gonna enjoy it. That about wraps it up. Um, go check the clock. We got like 91 days or something like that. It's coming up, man. Christmas Day coming. Christmas Day coming. Every day I'm working. Letting you know this a one man show. I don't need. Where was you at? Where you at with it? Yeah, you want nowhere. I'm right here, and I'm gonna be right here until I'm gone. And when I don't, I remember what. I ain't gonna say too much. I got you. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all later.